Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Coach Opportunity webinar for Team Spark. My name is Gina Notes, and I am the founder of Team Spark. Welcome. I am so excited to have you guys here tonight, and I know some of you aren't able to make it live, so I've just hit the record button and I will be able to share this with those of you who aren't able to make it live. But for those of you who are here or jumping on later, I'm so glad you were able to take the time to be here tonight and learn about Team Spark, what it is we do as coaches, why we do it, and why I feel so passionate about sharing this experience and finding others like you guys to join our amazing team. So with that, I'm going to share my screen with you. Give me just a minute. And hopefully you all can see that here. You may want to take a few notes. And afterwards, if anyone has any questions, I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. You can also type in the little chat box below if you have any questions, and I will try to answer them when I'm done. So first, before we get started, Beachbody does not guarantee any level of success or income from the Team Beachbody Coach Opportunity. Each coach's income depends on his or her own efforts, diligence, and skill. We have to say that legally for the legal people. But basically what that just means is that as a coach with Beachbody, it's not like a typical job, right? Where you get your job and then you start working and you just get your weekly paycheck. You punch in your time clock and then you get paid based on those hours. Being an entrepreneur is a little bit different, and most entrepreneurs start out with nothing, or they start out in the hole where they have to invest a ton of money to start their own company. With Beachbody, the investment is pretty small, and the investment does go back into your own health and fitness. But at the end of the day, you don't just punch in a time clock and get paid for your hours. It's going to depend on your own effort that you put in, the hard work, and it builds over time. If you haven't ever read a book called The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy, I definitely recommend it. But it talks about not just being an entrepreneur, but with your workouts. Like, one workout isn't going to have you losing 20 pounds. You have to stay consistent, and you have to build over time your progress. You can't just eat an apple and expect to drop 20 pounds either. It's going to take, weeks, months, sometimes years of following your plan. And just like that is with our health and fitness programs, it's the same goes for our business. It takes time. And so the legal team just asks us to place this here just so you know that it's not this get rich quick scheme, because that's not what it is. I was skeptical too about signing up in the beginning. I was like, what is this pyramid scheme kind of weird thing? But it's not like that. And there's plenty of opportunity to earn an amazing income if that's how hard you want to work. But it is going to depend on the time that you have to put in. So my story, I just want to share a little bit with you guys about how I ended up in this world and why I'm still here. So I'd always been, going way back, I'd always been an athlete my whole life. I played soccer, I played basketball. I was always active, never really thought much about my weight because I knew I was just working out every day, doing all my sports, and I was tiny, and I had a fast metabolism. I never had to worry about any of that kind of stuff. But, college happens, and then I moved to New York City, and I was out eating all the late night pizza and going out to bars, and, gained a few pounds here and there, but I was always able to kind of maintain it somewhat if I put a little extra work in. But fast forward to becoming a mom, and it was a different story because I didn't have all the free time that I had before. And I'd always been a part of a team where if I didn't show up to something, then then the team was depending on me. So I always would show up for somebody else. But when it came time for me to show up for me, I easily just said, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. And so I put myself on the back burner. I couldn't really find a way to get to the gym. I had a membership that I didn't see the light of day. I maybe went twice in 2 years. And so I couldn't figure out a way to fit it into my schedule so that, I was at work in New York City in the advertising industry. I had an hour and 15-minute commute each way. And by the time I got to work, I got home, I got to see my kid for like an hour, put the baby to bed. It was like, 9, 10 o'clock. I was exhausted. I had to eat dinner. And like, there's no way I'm getting a workout in. So around I went back to work when my son was about 4 months old, and when he was almost a year, my boss decided to fold down our company. And so I had some time to reflect and think about what I was going to do from there. And I knew that I probably should have left my company earlier, just because I loved it. I loved my boss. I loved what I did, but I had sort of plateaued there, and I just honestly stayed for the comfort. He was really wonderful to work for, and he was generous with my maternity leave and working part-time to be able to be home a couple days with my son. And I knew that if I worked for another company in the advertising industry at some, agency, that was not going to be the case for me. And so I would be probably, especially in New York City, I mean, it's pretty standard where you could be working on projects till 9 o'clock at night at least. And then I'd had an hour and 15-minute commute home on top of that. And that just wasn't my priority. I wasn't 22 anymore. I had a son and I wanted to be home with him. So I was reflecting. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I did have a blog that I ran for fun, which I still run. It's popcornandpandas.com. And I've now kind of built it into my business. But I really realized that I enjoyed working for myself, and I wanted to create something for myself. I didn't know what the heck I was going to do, but fast forward to, I was scrolling on social media one day, as we all do, and I found a fellow blogger who was, she was into fashion. She was a mom. She was also a former athlete, and she was looking for coaches to join her team. I had no idea what it was, but she mentions P90X, and I knew that I had P90X still sitting on my shelf, and I knew that I was, 18 months postpartum and still out of shape and didn't feel like my athletic self anymore. So I was like, you know what do I have to lose? I have P90X on my shelf. I think, I've played sports my whole life. I think I can motivate some people. I've coached kids in the past, so why not try to coach adults? And so I just kind of dove in. I was like, let's just give this a shot. And here I am now, 4 years later, and I've come a long way with my business. I'm still growing it, and it does take time, especially as I've then had 2 kids. I became pregnant right when I started becoming a coach, and so I've been through now 2 pregnancies and 2 new babies throughout this experience, and having another child on top of that. So I haven't always had all of the time that I would love to put in, like I would have with a full-time job. But I know that I've progressed every single year, and I'm going into that direction of, having that big booming business that I've always wanted. So, and doing it from home and getting to be with 3 of my kids. And it's honestly been life-changing. And I never really even realized that you could be a stay-at-home mom and work. Like, I thought you either were, I thought you were either a working mom or you were a stay-at-home mom. And I didn't realize that nowadays it's so easy. Well, I wouldn't say it's easy, but you have the opportunity to do both if you want to. And you can design your own structure the way you want to. With the internet, it's an online business. It's so much easier for us to be present in both places. And I'm getting to the point in my business now where I'm feeling comfortable to spend a little extra money on a babysitter so I can put some more time into my business, a couple mornings a week, but and relieve some of that stress of trying to do both at the same time, but then still getting all afternoon with all three of my kids. So I'm feeling like this year is going to be a good one of balance. Okay, so what are the qualifications to become a Beachbody coach? I'm wishing this were wine right now because baby is not sleeping very well, and hubby is with him right now, and it's just been a rough road. But yeah, we're hitting that like 5 months. I don't know. The regression's supposed to happen at like 4 or 6 months. It's happening at 5. Anyway, I digress. I wish this was wine. Qualifications to become a coach. I think there's a lot of misconceptions that you have to be in perfect shape, or you have to be a physical, a personal trainer, or you have to be a nutritionist, or you have to know how to run a business. And all of that is just not true. We have professional trainers, we have professional registered dietitians and nutritionists who design these programs for us. And about the being perfect part, it's like being perfect is really hard to live up to. So I wouldn't want to follow a coach who I felt was perfect. So I try really hard to show people that it's not always easy, that you do have hiccups, that it is a roller coaster, that some days you want to eat all the pizza and drink all the wine, and it's okay. You can bounce back from that. One day is not going to derail you, but it's about consistency and showing up. And I think just being able to jump in and do a program is first and foremost like one of the things that a coach needs to do. Like those are the kinds of qualifications. You just have to be willing to show up, to be consistent, to be hardworking, to actually want to do one of our programs and share the journey with other people. So right now, I also think that it's a common misconception that the market is saturated because, so many people, they know about Beachbody now. All these people I know are Beachbody coaches, and, if I do it, I don't know how I'm going to find anybody, and blah, 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 blah. Well, I'm here to tell you that there are so many people that we can still reach. Guys, we have the freaking internet. We have Instagram, and we are only right now in the United States, Canada, and the UK, and we are still expanding. So we have the opportunity for global expansion. I know Beachbody has it in their plans to expand. And so it really is limitless. Like, you'd be so surprised the amount of people that I reach out to or speak to on a daily basis who have never even heard of Beachbody. So there are definitely people out there who need help, who we can help, and we can get them started living a happier, healthy lifestyle. There's 3 different ways that you can start your business. One is inviting others to get fit with you. Christy is one example that I have, and she started out as a challenger. She actually lost about 70 pounds with the 21-day fix program. It was pretty incredible. And so people naturally just started to see her results. She would share her journey a little bit on social media, or people like at work would see her and just be like, wow, girl, what are you doing? I need to know what you're doing. And so that's kind of how she got started with her business. And then another way to do it is to invite others to the business opportunity right away. If you know people who they want to have a more flexible lifestyle, or you think they are a real go-getter, or that's the other way that you can invite people to the opportunity. If you think that they, maybe they are a personal trainer or a registered dietitian, or maybe they have some sort of background that you would think that would make them a good fit as a coach, and it would give them an opportunity to reach more people. Or it could kind of be a combination of both, which was me. I reached out to a lot of different people in all aspects, a lot of former athletes like me. You end up kind of targeting your audience it ends up being people who are similar to you. So a lot of people who join me are young moms who are busy. They don't have a lot of time to fit a workout into their day, or they want to spend more time with their family because they're just so busy doing the 9 to 5, and they want to have more financial freedom, so they want to run their own business from home. And so those are the kinds of people I get in my groups as challengers and as coaches. There's also 3 different levels of coaching. The first level is honestly just people who want to sign up for the discount. They love Shakeology, or they love our programs, or they love the beach bars, or they want to order something pretty regularly to keep their health and fitness regimen going. And so they sign up for the discount. They may end up, they still have the opportunity to make commission if somebody decides to order something through them. But you don't have to hit a quota. You don't have to sell a certain amount of things. You don't have to carry any stock in your house or anything like that. You don't have to buy anything in advance. But you are able to get the 25% discount each month. Then there's the working part-time. So some of our coaches, they want to make a little extra cash for spending money, or for vacation money, or for shopping money, or just saving for something big like a house or a car or something like that. And so, but they're also working a full-time job, and so they may not have a ton of time to put in, but they want to slowly kind of build, and they really enjoy doing the programs, and they just love inspiring people and want to do something else maybe that's more fulfilling to them than their day-to-day job. And then the last one is building to a full-time income, which that's what a lot of coaches on our team are doing. And those are the women that I really like to run with and teach them the ropes of how to just help as many people as we can. Because that's when you really get into like super duper changing lives. And just, it's been so cool to see some coaches on our team who they were able to leave their corporate jobs in nursing, or in psychology, or in, marketing and things like that, in order to pursue the full time. And one of them bought their dream lake house. And it's just been so cool to see coaches that I've been working with building to this, full-time lifestyle, and being able to pick up their kids from school when they weren't able to do that before. So those are the 3 different levels, and you sign up the same way. But it's really just what you want to put into it. So you can put as much or as little into it as you want, and how your business grows is going to be totally up to you, which was honestly another reason that intrigued me about it, was because at my old job, I felt like I hit this plateau, and I wasn't going to get another raise, and I had nowhere to move up. There was no other positions to move. It was a very small company. So it was I either had to move out and go up somewhere else, or I was just going to kind of stay the same. And this was the first time where I truly felt like I was in charge of my own destiny, and I had no cap on my limitations. And so that I thought was pretty cool. Okay, so what are we offering you with this opportunity? Mentorship, being a part of our team is so fun, because even though you're an entrepreneur, you're never alone in what we're doing here. We are a team. We work together. We share things on our team pages. We like to say work smarter, not harder. And in the beginning, it can feel very overwhelming, because you feel like there's so much to do. How do I run a challenge group? How do I, find coaches to join my team? How do I, talk to challengers? I don't know what to say in a conversation. There's all of these different things that you worry about. But we're here to help you, and you don't have to do it alone. And we're going to give you trainings, and we're going to share things that we're doing. Even now, if somebody has a really cool challenge group idea, they'll share it on the team page, or, oh, hey, I read this recently. This is a really good leadership book. You should read that. And we're always very collaborative and working together. So I love the environment that Beachbody has, because even though we're all working for ourselves, there's no competition. It's like community over competition, which I just love about Beachbody. And even like coaches who aren't even on our team, like the top coaches in Beachbody, they're constantly offering trainings. We see them at our annual conference at Summit, and they are so generous with their time and sharing the things that really work for them, that help them to build to, you know, six-figure businesses to $1 million businesses. And it's just really cool that everybody is so open and willing to share with each other. So what coaching is really all about is honestly the three like behaviors or vital behaviors that we talk about are working on yourself. So following your program, drinking your shake, following the meal plan. That's first and foremost. That's like one of the main things that you have to do every day. Easy. Most people, especially if you're already in my challenge group, you're doing that already. And then the second thing that we do is we do personal development. So we read books or listen to podcasts or audiobooks or watch a YouTube video and learn and grow yourself. So 2 out of 3 of those things are about growing yourself. And the third thing is to invite others to join you to this opportunity, to share your journey with others, to inspire others, that they can do this too, that they can feel confident in their skin again, that they can build a business of their dreams if they want to, that they can leave that bartending job that has been dragging on their shoulders for the past 12 years. That's what it's really about, is about changing people's lives, changing people's mentalities up here, because we are very capable of doing so much in our lives, but it's all about believing in yourself and getting yourself to a place where you feel confident that you can achieve it. So you don't have to be like a business major or anything like that. Like anybody can honestly succeed in this business as long as you are self-motivated and willing to basically follow what people are encouraging you to do. So you can do anything you want in your business and be creative and go outside of the box, but there are specific things that we know work. And if you're willing to do those things, anybody can honestly do this. How do you make money? This is like a big question that everybody always wants to know. I know I wanted to know too, as much as I love inspiring and helping other people. Of course, you want to make money too. I live in Brooklyn, and which, it's not a cheap place to live. So especially with 3 kids. So earning an income was very important to me and my family, because I really just did not want to go back to work in the advertising industry. And I knew that if I didn't start pulling in any money, like I was going to have to go back to work, because like we couldn't just live off one income. So how do we make money? The fastest way to earn money is to retail products. So signing people up with a challenge pack, basically, that comes with the Beachbody On Demand for 1 year. It comes with Shakeology, a meal plan, sometimes the containers, depending on what it is. Right now we're doing Transform 20, so it comes with the cool new step for that program. And you can easily make money with challenge packs, inspiring people to join your groups that way. That said, if that is great for starting out and for spending money, and you still need to continue to do that as you grow, but if you truly want to grow like a 6-figure full-time business, eventually you're going to have to start building a team. You're going to have to start training coaches to do what you do, training coaches to be leaders, and that's when you're really going to start to see growth in this industry, especially in terms of your paycheck. Here's one example. This is just one. If you get one customer a month to join you in a challenge group, your commissions are 70, so 25%, depends how much challenge pack is, but let's just say it's $70 a month, or $70 for the challenge pack rather. And then each month you get the 25% if they continue to order their Shakeology. So you can see how it starts to add up if they order Shakeology every single month, and the next person orders Shakeology every single month, and the next person, the next person, the next person, it'll start to add up. And that's kind of showing the retailing of it. Building a team, you start by finding 2 business partners, 2 people who want to work this business with you, who want to help other people and do what you're doing. Can you find 2 people? Sure, of course you can. There's so many people out there who are looking for a second stream of income. And by doing this, you can help yourself at the same time. So it's kind of like if you're already doing it, then why not just take that extra step and share it with other people? So to get to the next, I guess, rank, we call it, you just need to find 2 people to join your team. And that will start to give you a team cycle bonus, which is an extra source of income, and then free leads from the company. So if people just go to Beachbody and decide to sign up on their own, they're given a coach. So if you are at least an Emerald rank and you're helping a few people each month, then you will get leads from the company. And it's pretty cool because there are coaches on my team now who I never would have met if they hadn't gone and signed up on their own, and I'd been randomly assigned to them from Beachbody and reached out to them. So that's definitely a perk of hitting your first Emerald rank. This next chart here kind of shows the different development ranks. And the one thing that I really want to highlight is the difference between sharing just the products, and which is just the retail, and then the one above that is that person has built a team. So you can see that's a drastic difference in income. So the first person who's just, hosting challenge groups each month, they're definitely making a good side income. But that person above who is sharing the products and is also leading a team of leaders and other coaches doing what they're doing, they have a significantly higher income and bigger business there. So why Beachbody and why now? The good thing about Beachbody is that it does have a well-recognized name. Most people have tried a Beachbody program at some point in their past and have seen really good results from it. So it has good legs to stand on. The CEO is amazing and very innovative. There's no sales quotas. Like I said before, you don't have to, hold anything inventory. And I think a really great part is that you don't have a huge investment up front. Like a lot of businesses, you're putting in thousands and thousands of dollars and you're in the red before you can even, maybe you don't even turn a profit for the first year. But with Beachbody, you're basically putting money in for yourself, your own programs and your own health and Shakeology and that. And then on top of that, if you help at least 3 people a month, you're earning an income and you've paid off your investment. What else? Okay, so what happens when you sign up? We talked a little bit about before, you have this great support system. So you'll receive an email from Beachbody, and you'll also receive an email from me as your sponsor coach with kind of a to-do list, if you will, of just kind of helping you to get started right. And we will also, once you go through that material, we'll have a call so you can ask any questions. We can talk about your goals because everybody has different goals with this business. And you'll be able to then work one-on-one with myself and our team and our upline team, who is also really motivating and amazing. So we're all in this together, and I know it can be scary to start something new, but as long as you are following the system and just honestly, I think the best advice is just to dive in, because if you're too busy trying to learn everything, then you're not actually getting started. So I always just tell people just dive in, and then if you have questions, just come ask me. But if you just wait, then you're just never going to get started. It's never going to be perfect. Your first invite post or your first social media post, it's never going to be a coach who's been doing this for 6 years. So you can't compare yourself. You can't compare yourself to somebody's 6 years to your first day. But if you just dive in and just be your authentic self, people are going to be attracted to your authenticity, and you're going to inspire others. So I've talked a little bit about this already, but honestly, this opportunity has truly changed my life. I wouldn't be able to be home with my 3 kids or have the freedom to work around my schedule. I've been the most consistent I've been probably since high school in terms of my health and fitness. I show up every day because I know I need to show up for my challengers, and I realize that I need accountability and I don't want to let them down. So then in return, I show up for myself that way, and it's just made me so much more accountable. Even after 3 kids, I just want to show up for them, and so I show up for myself and get great results. I've made so many lifelong friendships that I never anticipated. Like, I thought this was, I was working for myself and I would just be by myself all day, but I've made friends. Like, my best friend on the team lives in Vegas, you guys, and she's a mom of 2 boys. And, I get to see her a few times a year at our annual events. Last year in Indianapolis. This year I'm going to see her on the cruise in the Caribbean in a couple months, and I'm so excited. And I just get to share and talk to so many inspiring people on a daily basis, which is really just so cool. Because I know, in the past, I was fortunate enough to work at places that had positive environments, but I know sometimes people, you can work at jobs and there's just negativity around, and I don't feel that at all with the group that we have in our team. It's just such a positive environment, and I feel like we just really lift each other up. So the best thing is that I just know that the sky is the limit, and everything that I do is going to be created by me, and I don't have to rely on anybody else to get me where I want to go. And it makes me so excited about the future and for our team and for my life with my boys. And so that's just my story. And if you think that you've heard anything tonight that you're still wondering, or, you're hesitant, or if you're scared about anything, because I know I had so many hesitations and so many fears, and it can be scary to start something new. But if you have any questions that you want to ask, you can ask in the little chat box now, and I will, and I'll check it and I can answer it for you here. And then, if you want to check with the next step is whoever invited you here. If it was me, we will connect after this. If not, then speak with the person who invited you here, and then figure out what program you want to start with, get signed up, and then just have fun. Hello? Oh, does someone have a question?
No, I'm sorry. I came off mute by accident.
Oh, that's okay. No worries. And that's it. This is the last picture is just of our diamond retreat. This is like our diamond is like the next level up from emerald, and above all of the diamonds and above, we got to go on this really great retreat to Sundance, Utah, and it was just one of the most amazing experiences of some of the women I was talking to you about before. So that is pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, let me know. If not, we can, or if you're, hesitant to ask them here, that's okay. We can chat later, but I want to say thanks so much for coming tonight. And again, I'm recording this, so if you weren't able to make it, you can watch it back. And that's it. All right, guys, thank you so much for taking the time to be here. I know that we are all super busy in our lives, and so the fact that you were able to make it here just to come out and have a listen to what it is that I do and what I'm so passionate about, I truly appreciate that. So thank you for joining, and hopefully we'll be welcoming you to Team Spark soon. All right, bye, guys.